how to become a better cross-country runner, the question we are faced with today. I'm basically going to ramble on about my perspective on cross-country and how to become a better runner. So basically, I'll just give you guys a quick backstory on how I've progressed. My freshman year of high school, I ran 19:57 in the 5K, and 2 days ago, as a senior, I ran 15:59. I'm about halfway through with my season. Hopefully I'm gonna end my season this year around 15:30s. In the mile, I believe my freshman year I was around 5:20. Last year as a junior, I ran 4:35. In the 2 mile, my freshman year, I was probably around 12 minutes. Last year, I ran 9:58. So that's basically how I've progressed. Now, I wish I could sit here and tell you guys a secret on how I've progressed, but they're basically, in my eyes, there's no shortcut to becoming a good runner. You're always going to have your naturally talented runners that are just good. But in my case, that wasn't the case. So basically how I became this better runner is I sat down with myself one night and I said, do you want to be good or do you want to be great? Now I know that sounds cheesy, but it's what I did. And I realized that I wanted to be great. I wanted to break the school records. I wanted to, get recognition on my running career. So I basically put all my eggs into one basket. I quit playing multiple sports. I quit playing soccer, which I've been playing for basically my whole life. And I put all my eggs into running. And I challenge you guys to do that. If running's something you want to follow, then I don't want to say you can't play other sports, but it's definitely going to take away from those other sports. So I chose just to stop playing those. So I put all my eggs into running. And if you do this, make sure you don't pick running and then not train. Not be disciplined. And so if you do choose to put all your eggs into one basket, make sure you work for it. So after I chose running, I think that was my junior year after the cross-country season, so going into the winter, that's when I basically started running full-time, running every single day, and that is basically my secret for you guys, is to just run, put the miles in. Cross-country is a lot aerobic based, so in the off-season, I see a lot of people doing workouts and stuff like that. I've never been that type of person. I've just been the person to run the miles, and miles turn to faster times. Now, once the season rolls around, your coach will put you in anaerobic workouts, so speed workouts and stuff like that to get the legs turning and bring your times down. But in that off season, you really need to be putting in the miles, getting your aerobic work up. So that's what I did, and that's what I feel like you guys should do if you are interested in becoming great at this sport. Now, I'm not by any means saying I'm great. I still have a lot of improvement to make. But yeah, putting in the miles. So I started running the winter, like I said, and I started out running probably 40 miles a week. And then I gradually moved up. I think that winter I topped out at like 60. Had a great track season, in my opinion. PR'd in the mile by 20 seconds from sophomore to junior year, and PR'd in the mile by close to a minute from sophomore to junior year. And then in the summer, this past summer, I ran upwards of 75 miles, and then now I've PR'd by over a minute already. So definitely progressed a lot, but if you do want to start running these miles, I suggest you to gradually work into it. Don't be running 20 miles now and say bump it up to 50 miles next week, because that is how you get injured. So definitely gradually move up. If you're running 20 miles now, maybe add on 5 miles a week, 10 miles a week max, and gradually work up to your goal mile. Now always set a goal, always have a destination, always be working towards something. And then once you hit that goal, I suggest you to make a new goal. I write down at the start of every year, I write down goals, and once I hit those goals, I make new goals. So I'm never content with what I'm doing. So this summer I ran upwards of 70 miles. So this winter I'm going to run upwards of 80, 85 miles, hopefully a week, which will be really good for me. So yeah, work up to a certain amount of miles. Find out what works for you. What works for me is definitely I respond well to high mileage weeks. A lot of people would look at my training as a high school student and say I overtrain, I run way too much. but it is what I like and what I respond to well. So definitely find out what works well for you as far as mileage goes. It may be 40 miles a week, it may be 60, it may be 80, who knows. But once you do find out what works for you, my last tip for you is to just do the little things just so you stay healthy. Make sure you're getting your sleep, make sure you're eating. Eating is a big, important thing. I know I've known runners that, run a lot, but they don't eat enough, and then they become sick because of that. Make sure you're getting your calories in, make sure you're sleeping, stretching, and then doing your Epsom salt baths, ice baths, stuff like that, just to make sure you are healthy. And then something that I've bought into recently is your hip mobility, your core work, and then your strength work, push-ups, stuff like that. So yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this video and just my perspective of how to become a better runner. Thanks for watching.